Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to use Sales Rabbit. So the main purpose of Sales Rabbit is the first one is to actually help you manage your area and help you onboard customers. The second reason is so that us as a company, we're able to track where you are to protect yourself and where your client is to protect your customers. So first off, let's skip the homepage. You won't really be using this that often. This is basically where it's going to show your stats. The second page here says messages. This is where we're going to be able to release important news and updates. Sales Hub on the bottom middle is where you're going to be using it most of the time. So how it works, on the manager's end, managers will be able to see everyone's areas. So this is where you'll see everyone else's colors. The blue dot is your actual location. So when you're in an area, let's say, for example, when you open up your iPad and a manager assigns you an area, your area will be the yellow one. So what that means is if you're in that area, you'll actually see that blue dot hover over the home that you're talking to. So imagine the blue dot is over this home over here in the middle, at the very, very end on 13th Avenue. What would happen is you could track down what your customer tells you with the circles below. So we're going to go from left to right. NI stands for not interested. NH stands for not home. ADT stands for a current ADT customer. CON stands for contract. Good stands for good callback. APPT stands for appointment. In-home process is IHP. Green one is a sale. Rent is rent. And no go is no go. So what happens is if I talk to that customer and they tell me they're not interested, I select NI and I press directly on that home and it drops the circle on the home. Same thing with not home. Same thing with ADT customer. And then same thing with contract. How does this benefit you? Is so that if you're knocking in the dark and you can't see the address, you don't actually have to read it and type down the address to keep a street sheet. The second one is you don't need to physically be writing it down where you can't see it, or if it's raining, your papers don't get wet. The third one is it actually helps you track who to talk to. So if you're knocking on one side of the street and you have a customer's name, you're able to actually drop names easier. So if you talk to an ADT customer, I would actually press on the circle. I'd press the pencil on the top right, and I would actually put the customer's name. What this will do for me is that when I'm knocking doors, the customer's name will actually pop up. This way, it's easier for me to remember names and sometimes even show the customer my street sheet or my area where they could see how many customers actually have the system. This creates credibility, and it gives you a better way to let the customer trust you to know that you've been in the area for a while. So if you have another customer, try testing it out, put their name. Now keep in mind, these names are for your existing customers. If you have a new customer, again, you press the dot, you press sale, and then you drop it on the house that you're at. I put their name. And I could also leave notes. If I go to a home and it's a good callback, I could put the pink one, and then I could actually leave notes as well. Was super interested, was having dinner. So by the end of your knocking day, normally you'll actually be able to see how many people you've talked to, how many houses you got into, how many sales you got. So it's easier for you to track your ratios. That way you know what to train on and improve on for the